Hi, I'm Mitra. I do DIY design for St. Vincent de Paul of Lane County. We are committed to discovering purpose and value in resources some perceive as waste. Today I'm going to show you how to make headbands out of unwanted, shrunken, and damaged sweaters. The supplies you'll need today are the sweaters, of course, scissors, chalk, pins, a measuring tape, needle and thread, or sewing is called the bow. I love this one because it looks very 30s retro. So what you'll need for this one, you can either use two different sections of the same sweater for the textural difference, or even two different colors of sweater. For the one I'm going to show you, I'm going to use two different colors. So first I have this black chenille sweater. Now one thing about chenille is it does unravel easily. If you're worried about unraveling, you're welcome to do a zigzag stitch along this point before you even cut. And as long as that part is just into the rib section, it will keep the sweater from unraveling. So now that I've cut out the bottom section of the sweater, I also cut out a small section of the bottom of this sweater to use for the middle of the bow. Next, you're going to measure it around your head. Now for this project, you really do need to measure it around your head. So I'm going to wrap this around my head right here and pin it at a comfortable spot. Make sure it's not too tight or too loose, and remember that these will stretch out after wear, so you might want to do a little bit on the tighter side. So once you've done this, you want to sew along this line where you pinned. Just one straight stitch across here. If you're using a needle and thread, anchor it with several stitches in the same place instead of a knot. If you're using a sewing machine, use a straight stitch. The next thing you're going to do, you're going to lay this headband out like this. So you have this loop in the middle. This is what's going to be your bow. You want to pin the edges of this down to the headband. Then you can do a straight or zigzag stitch along each side. Make sure not to sew your headband together. Now that you've done this, you're going to buckle the middle of your bow like that, and that's where you're going to put your centerpiece. And this piece you may want to hand sew. So using our anchor stitch, go 3 times in the same spot. And I think it's a good idea to not just sew around the centerpiece, but anchor it into the actual bow so it doesn't become off center as you wear it. Make sure if you're cutting off any excess fabric that you don't cut it too close to where you've stitched, just because sweaters do have a tendency to unravel. So leave a little seam allowance, maybe a 1/2 inch. And when you're done sewing, anchor it in again with the 3 stitches in the same place. And I'm going to cut with 1/2 inch seam allowance there. If you want, you can invert this so this part is on the inside, or tack it down so that it's flat and more comfortable to wear. So this is our final sweater headband. It's going to look like this. And again, feel free to play around with different textures, colors, fabrics, different sweaters. Just remember, when it comes to style and artistic self-expression, don't wait for others to do it. Do it yourself.